everyone, and thanks for joining us for another episode of the Dallas Anime Meetup Podcast. I'm your host, Corey, and joining us are my co hosts, Nick,
Hello.
Justin,
Hey guys.
and Jamar.
Hey, I'm back.
So it's been a minute since we've done an episode, y'all. What's everybody been up to?
I've been in RPG hell and
I've
gaming
seen that,
hell.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Saw
wait.
you on Nino Cooney a lot.
Oh yeah, I've been playing quite a bit of Nino Kuni recently. Finally getting back to that game after when it first came out.
That's for what I've been doing. So for me, I've been watching, actually getting back into my Netflix shows a little bit. I picked back up, well, while I was at Colossal Con, I saw that the Dota Book 3 came out, and I like marathon the whole thing because that show's really underrated. It's so much fun. Um, really enjoyed season 3. It felt like they've concluded it. I'm not sure how they could do more unless they do unless they're gonna kind of have a new character as the main focus for the next series, then I could see them do that. But yeah, season 3 kind of wrapped it up. I've been watching, what was that other series? Severance, which is really good. Um, and I've also been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14 because the new patch came out, and Magic the Gathering, got back into that. So it's pretty much what I've been up to.
Yeah, man. It must. How long did it take for you to build your current deck?
Um, it's something you chip away at over time. It's not something sometimes I'll just sit with a deck for about an hour. I'll feel like it's pretty good, and then when I play people online, I'll find all the kinks in it, and then I'll just kind of improve on it over time. Is pretty much my go-to now, because you're never gonna have a perfect deck like straight up, because you'll find ways that people can counter it really easy.
Hmm. Yeah, that's Magic in a nutshell.
What you been up to, Justin?
I just told you what I've been up to. Like I was the first.
Did you be watching anything?
I mean, yes, I did watch Severance as well, and I thought it was good. But everything else, it's just random stuff that I don't think people are be interested in hearing.
Well, all right then, Jamar.
Hey, I think for like the past 2 months, I've been in like work jail, so to speak. Since my job, they had a lot of I wouldn't say turnover, but they like reduced workforce to keep profits high. So it became doing the job of 4 people, and I didn't have much time for like I would say a month and a half. Then after that, I've been actually watching JoJo. I finished Live Alive or Live Alive, depending on who reads the title. That was really good. Um, Also watching Severance, and got into Splatoon and Vampire Survivor. So that's been taking up my time for the past couple of weeks.
Good stuff. Vampire Survivor is like a great kind of like time killer, like mindless time killer.
Oh yeah, for sure. It definitely took the place of Loop Hero for me.
Good old Loop Hero. What you been up to, Nick?
So last night I actually got to go to Alamo premiere of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and yes, they did give us coconuts to play when all the scenes of them walking or going on the horses trotting and everything. It was a lot of fun, but not really anime, but it was a full pack showing. It's basically one of these fandom cult classic movies. Of course, okay, everyone has heard of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, but otherwise, I'm unfortunately becoming obsessed again with Genshin and trying to go through all the new area in Sumeru, and trying to max out Kole to get her to level 90 and everything, because I really like her, even though she's like not as good damage wise and like utility as all the other characters, but it's been interesting. The story is a lot more refreshing compared to kind of if you were like, oh, Inazuma is really sad and depressing and all this lightning everywhere I go 5 seconds. Sumeru, the Dendro area, is like the opposite of it. Everyone's happy. There's all these cute little Amara things. It's based on like India and the Middle East, so there's some interesting new culture. And yeah, it's been fun. I really like the exploration, and it draws a lot on Zelda and stuff too. I think is why I like it. But that's pretty much been my past month almost, or at least a couple of weeks.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm kind of glad I'm out of Genshin Hell.
Yeah, I pretty much dropped out of paying attention to Genshin in general. After when Sumeru came out, and I just could not be bothered to pay attention to like what was going on anymore. Although,
Yeah, I'm sad I missed the story, but yeah, it's that's about it.
yeah,
Like I've
maybe
seen the memes too. That's like, oh, you're trying to find your brother. Oh, let's go find the god of this nation. Okay, and then he's just gonna tell us about the god of the next nation. Just go, and it's kind of repeating, and it's still kind of repeating. So
Yeah.
it's like only if you really like it and the adventuring and the world and stuff, you know. But there's not. It's not as like overarching story as interesting, you know, more stuff like that. But it is in a sense more of the same. But yeah, it's
Speaking
fun.
of adventures, how's everybody's Xenoblade adventures been going?
I mean, I beat the game, did every single side quest, and now have like over 150 hours onto that game. So,
And
yeah,
how does that make you feel?
Yes,
just
what are
like I
your
finished a Xeno game. Pretty much
feelings?
every Xenoblade Chronicles game I played took me like a month to complete.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. You know what you're getting into at this point.
Hmm.
I think I'm still on chapter 4, the beginning of chapter 4, and I kind of dropped off kind of hard.
I,
I
I
actually, yeah,
mhm.
I actually never finished a Xeno game since the
I
series. I usually get halfway in, and then something else comes to take up my attention.
Oddly enough, I always finish a Xeno game, but well, out of the Blades, I've always finished the Blades games I've picked up, but which is weird for me because I'm really bad at finishing games. But I took a break from this one, and everybody's been like, "Oh, you took a break before Chapter 5? Chapter 5?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it just sounds like it really, really, really picks up near that Chapter 5 marker, which I guess is kind of the halfway point, I'm assuming.
It's
Probably like 75% of the way.
I think
yeah,
there's
because
7 or 8 in
the
total.
game the game doesn't have a lot of chapters, honestly.
Yeah, most of the time comes out of the hero quests,
Yeah,
as they dub them.
those take up they'll take up quite a
And
while. Yeah.
I will say though, I have to give props to the writing team for actually putting in a little bit of effort on this one, because the hero quests are actually pretty good. I feel like not all of them, but some of the heroes have some pretty in-depth some pretty in-depth storylines, and they're interesting to. Without digging into spoilers, they're interesting to learn about, and they follow up with them later, and those were a lot of fun. I never got as I never got as strong side quests in the other Xenoblade games.
No,
Rarely. There
Xenoblade
would be a
2
very
side
rare
quests.
one that was good, but that was yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, in
Xenoblade
2 there
1's
was like
quests were, or like there was an occasional good one, and Xenoblade 2's quests, they had some effort put into it compared to like, Final Fantasy 15, whose side quests are notoriously crap. But then some of the side quests are like, Ursula, why do I have to do all this grinding to level you up to complete your quest? No.
I liked 1 a lot, but being kind of the prototype for these giant open worlds at the same time, it felt like a pretty generic single player MMO. Is a way I like to kind of
Hmm.
phrase it, because all the side quests were very, go get me this, go do that, go talk to this person, and then we got a little bit of an upgrade in 2, and X is just in its own
Yeah, it is.
little niche.
Pretty much.
And 3 finally kind of found a pretty perfect balance of side quest to monotonous side quest and combat introduction, and yeah, the combat actually was really good. But yeah, I mean, it's a good game. I need to get back to it. It's just I kind of marathoned it too long and burn out.
Yeah,
Like it has
that
some
can
really
happen.
heavy themes too of being stuck
blades.
in the status quo, the heavy blades as well, I suppose. But like it's not as maybe uplifting as 2 or adventurous as 1.
I don't
It's
think
kind of
any of
like,
them are uplifting at the start, at least.
well,
No, I think
yeah,
two was a lot more happier compared to this. Like
Yeah, 2 was
you
like
start
fun.
out in the
At the beginning, yeah, near not when not when the bad guy's motivations were revealed, though. Now, granted, 2 did have a little bit of problem with atmosphere, where like everything looked all happy-go-lucky despite all the horrible crap that was going on.
there were definitely
it
dark
drew up.
undertones in 2, but yeah, it's definitely kicked up to 11 in 3. Maybe I should not use numbers in my.
The first game really
But-
just kind of hit it off sad.
Yeah,
Although,
pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah.
with
But because it
Your-
starts off in War 2 in the first one, so
Yeah.
But no, I think Xenoblade 3 is really good. I like the writing. I haven't fell in love with the characters. I think that's why I probably dropped off of it.
Aww,
But the-
Dion is so awesome, though, and Uni's awesome too. I love her.
Yeah, you know he's good. But no, as a game, it was really good. Like I enjoyed the combat. I liked open world. Like to me, it does feel kind of vanilla in the open world. And again, I might not have got to chapter 5 where everything picks up.
I thought it picked
But
up like around chapter honestly like when they introduced classes.
I mean plot wise, I
Ah.
guess.
Yeah.
Well, I would even say a little bit exploration when you compare it to games like X, and then maybe we're jumping ahead a little bit, but to like Forspoken too, and you see in the trailer, and they're like running around and jumping and have all these elements and stuff, and then Xenoblade 3, it's like supposed to be this really great open adventure, but you're just walking around. You kind of get a boat at one point, but like it's not. You can't like drive around or like fly around.
See, that's
with
kind
it.
of my problem
You
with
know?
it is in this one more than well, I don't even want to say more so than the other ones because all the Xenoblades are super repetitive. But the classes is a cool concept, the class swapping. But at the same time, since every character can do every class, it kind of
Yeah.
desensitizes me to all of them. If that makes sense.
Everyone
because
can
you're
wield
redoing the same classes over
the
and over and over
Xenoblade.
and over.
Yeah,
across
everybody could
different
do the same
characters,
thing. Yeah.
and none of the classes just feel that special.
Yeah. It doesn't
So-
feel like special for each individual character because it's kind of
And I don't
who
know.
wants to be the tank today and who wants
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
the hero.
Yeah, but-
and I don't know if because of that. Yeah, I don't know if because of that I don't really like this class system that much because in Bravely Default it's kind of the similar swapping of classes and anybody can play anything, but it just feels different there. It feels
Yeah.
more lively. This one just kind of feels a little. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't feel like I'm enjoying it that much. But
I think probably a perfect example would be like Final Fantasy Tactics, Game Boy Advance or PlayStation, where like different races had better attributes to go towards a different class.
But even then, you still had direction. This one, I don't
Yeah,
think anybody
you don't-
has any benefit,
It's
any
almost-
extra benefit
yeah,
to being X tank. or
like
X
too much
healer.
freedom.
No,
in a
no,
sense.
some of the characters do
they have different
Mia,
base
Mia
stats.
leans more. Mia leans actually more towards healing, and Senna leans more towards attacking, and also defenders are they're just like so
I don't
many.
think
It's
there's
not
actually
as-
any attribute changes. I think it's class growth is quicker.
No,
The-
there's a little bit of
They
it,
have
and
some
then
base
there's the
stats,
fact that
but it's not
and
as
there's the fact
much.
that Noah benefits greatly from Flash Fencer, especially when it's leveled up because of his unique skills.
But without getting too deep into all the meta of each character and everything.
Yeah. Look up the meta.
Yeah.
Look up the meta.
Yeah, I know. Especially since meta and you'll see the meta that tactician sucks so bad.
Yeah, Tactician's actually a pretty shitty one.
At least they did
Okay.
give a buff to actually the food does stuff now. There was a patch previously before 1.1. All those food cooking multiplier effects that Manana was cooking actually.
Are you serious? They weren't doing anything?
Nah,
do
they were
anything.
not doing
Oh my God.
anything.
What?
to spoil it. Now maybe you want to get back into it now that those
The cooking
actually
gets got
function
that the
encoded
work.
properly.
Wow.
Sorry
Okay.
about that.
We'll come back to the next podcast
Immersion
before our
run.
results.
Um.
I have to do some science there, but
So
Anyway.
in other news, Sakurai got a YouTube channel.
Yes.
and he's recording it from the dungeon at Nintendo.
I feel like he's
Has
always.
anybody actually watched
I
any of those
haven't
videos?
though. I feel bad.
I watched the first one.
I feel like he's always wanted to do more of these, like with the reveal trailers for the new Smash Bros. Characters and stuff.
I feel like this is just him announcing
but-
retirement.
It's kind of yeah. It's not as exciting maybe going through his like how he develops the games, what he thinks about them. You know, it's cool if you're like into game development, but if you're just like a regular I don't know Nintendo fan or something, it's maybe not as exciting as the other projects he's been in.
I kind of like the game developers like are so jazzed about the process that they make YouTube videos, even though like hearing it from somebody, like hearing it from their account and actually applying it to game development's pretty hard. I mean, there's good practices, but at the same time, it's not like, you know, it's not like you could really recreate Sakurai's formula in your own kind of way.
I don't
There's
think
only-
I don't think it's about recreating what they do, but it's actually going behind and seeing what makes hits done more dramatic when Mario jumps on a Goomba or how they world build. I think it's a cool concept. Like, if you're a game developer, I think this is like a masterclass for you. But for like the casual person or the Nintendo fan, I think it's neat to learn like how the sausage is made, so to speak, or
Yeah.
what goes behind the mind of a developer, especially somebody of Sakurai.
Yeah, I remember. You remember his episode "Down with Lag," where he talks. Basically, yes, the peril of lag. Lag needs to go.
Are comments disabled on the video? I'm just curious.
I could
I feel
check,
like
but you'll
there'd
hear
be
the
people-
audio.
There'd be people in the YouTube channel or on the video just being like, "Oh yeah, add this person, add this person."
Where's Waluigi?
No, comments are enabled, actually.
Huh.
The madman.
Yes.
But yeah, pretty good stuff if you're interested in
Yeah.
seeing Sakurai's process at Nintendo.
Yeah. His videos aren't long either, so it's not like you have to listen for
Yeah.
like 8 hours.
In other news, the PS5 had its price increased in other countries, which isn't fair to other countries but Canada. But like, yeah, it's I think equivalent to like 100 USD increase, right?
Mhm. Yeah, around
Oof.
that time, yeah.
Yeah,
Around that price. It's
yeah, which that's bullshit.
I know people still can't get the PS5, and now you're just raising the price even more.
I guess that's related to
Supply.
supply. Well, no, I think they're good on supply, but maybe like maybe just like how much it costs to. I mean, again, kind of supply, but like just actually exports to those other countries is maybe more difficult with like the Japan economic crisis right now. I don't know.
No, I don't think that would affect it. I think it might be just raw material and just getting it out to those countries.
Probably
And since
the
they're smaller
the
markets
chips.
in the U.S., then maybe that's why they didn't want to risk an increase in the U.S. I don't know.
Well, you gotta think about this. Microsoft hasn't increased the price of the Xbox here, nor
Nobody
the
wants
Switch. But here's the thing: when you think in economics, if you raise the price, your competitor's gonna have the choice of going with it and raise their price, or keeping it the same to try to do growth.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
well, I really doubt Xbox would budge on their price at this point. This is a bizarre Sony move. Nintendo doesn't care. So
Well, Nintendo made the announcement that they weren't raising their price, and I'm like, yeah, good job.
Okay.
The system's like 5 years old.
yeah,
Like,
honestly,
you've been printing
they
money
should've
on
made
that.
an announcement that they're lowering the price. If you ask me, OLED should be the standard price. But that's just me.
But you got the Switch Lite. That is your lower price.
I don't
Switch.
want the Switch Lite. It's a piece of shit. It's
If
like
the
a little
Joy-Cons
frickin-
drift, you have to turn
Yeah.
the whole thing back to
They drift and you
So you
can't
can't
even get
detach
them
them.
off, and
You
Yeah.
just turn it to the right or left depending on the drift.
No, that's true.
Adapt,
You know what?
overcome.
You know what? It's me. I should just get a rubber band and then just fix it myself. There is like a Joy-Con drift fix, I think.
I maybe bought one of the tri-cone screwdrivers, perhaps, to try to put some cardboard under the sticks on
You
some of
already
mine.
broke warranty.
I definitely did, and I'm definitely not even
How dare
upset
you.
about it because it helped. Well, it helped on one, and then it didn't help on the other. So the results may
Oh, so
vary.
you actually got the drift?
Yeah. Well, 50% success rate of following that YouTube video tutorial.
I don't even know if I have drift. I use my Pro controller so much.
That's
Yeah,
also an
I
option. I've
did the
heard
same.
those work pretty well.
They're great. And they're re-releasing the Splatoon Pro controller, which is my favorite.
Oh, it's sold out already.
I already have it, like from when they first did Splatoon 2, and I think it's the same exact design. So
No, I think the color pattern is different. I think it's like
to
blue
match
and green.
the new casters.
Yeah, but
Mine's green and pink.
yeah, I think I still
yeah.
have my Smash Brothers one somewhere.
Ooh yeah, the Smash one's nice too. But yeah, speaking of Switch, it's one of the few consoles Just Dance 2023 is coming to. They're finally not publishing a Just Dance to Wii. So the Wii is
Wii U.
now not getting any new games.
It's the end of an
Oh my
era.
god, it's the end of the Wii.
Those poor retirement homes won't be getting
Yeah.
their Just Dance 2023. That's next year, but okay.
It comes out into the
Yeah, they
It's like
put it
cars,
out,
I guess.
like, near the
like
end of the
football,
year,
like the sports
football,
games.
basketball games, yeah.
Gotcha.
But I think the real reason why it's not on
Cars.
the Wii or the Wii U is because the store is closed.
Oh
You
yeah.
you can't buy extra songs.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. The online, for Wii. I believe the 3DS store is closing March next year, then as well. We probably already talked about that in the previous
I
podcast.
think we did.
but
I think we did like a mad dash earlier in the year buying games.
I already kind of cleaned out all the
Atlas.
Megami Tensei games I wanted that I'll never play.
Mm-hmm.
They're in my library now. But yep. So sorry, sorry, my little cousins who have been getting mileage out of that Wii for like the past decade. So also for some cool upcoming games coming up. Well, if you're listening to this. If you're listening to this now, then Splatoon 3 is already out, so obviously you can play Splatoon 3. But also is coming up Scarlet and Violet, if anybody's getting Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Or both.
I
Uh,
think I'm just
probably
gonna go
go-
with Scarlet for now, but I'm probably I know I want to trade with the people in Violet, but I may end up getting both. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's
I'll
much
probably
else.
wait to see the general reception.
I don't know. It's gonna be the same.
Yeah, but I don't know. It couldn't be as bad as Sword.
Like it's trying the new
Maybe
open
bad as Sword
world
and Shield.
thing, but I don't want to talk about leaks or anything. But they
Can we talk about the boots?
They maybe didn't really do it that great in sense. Well, it's kind of alluded
Hey,
to
we can
it
talk about the
in
professors.
publication. Well, but it's like if the gyms don't scale based on how many badges that you got, it's not going to be that great of an open world in my opinion. Like even Skyrim got that right. Like as you leveled up, the rest of the world, the rest of the enemies leveled up, with you. But with this one, it seems like there's always going to be a gym that's like with level 10 guys, and if you go that one last, then you're just going to steamroll it, and they won't like get more.
Hey, just mod it.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's also always an option, I suppose. But
Mod it, yeah.
I mean, you gotta remember, Pokemon is still a game for babies.
it is
Not unless you
like
get the not safe for work mod.
or even Moemon.
Big boy Machong or Machamp just like Okay, I'm not gonna finish that.
oh no.
Yeah, but no, I get what you mean, Nick. I would like it to scale because sometimes you can min-max midway in the game easily and just steamroll everything, and it just gets boring until you actually
I
play
think they should
against
just
people.
there should be a checkbox for it, honestly, and you can have it either way. Because I know some people, there's gonna be some people who wish the Pokemon was kind of easier, so you could just like power level and then just curb stomp all the gym leaders, or you could have the scaling if you want the challenge.
So you're saying Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 that released over 10 years ago now are really the best games of all time because they had the easy
I don't
mode
think
and
anybody debated that.
challenge mode.
I think
just
that was, like,
reiterating that
uncontested
I
best
think we've
game.
reached that conclusion in the past as well.
Yeah, but I think they were like the least sell sold the least
Well,
amount of units.
does that really
I think it's
matter?
because it's a
I
2.
mean,
Nobody
Yeah,
wanted
like
to buy
all
a
this,
2.
pretty much all the sequel Pokemon games didn't do well. And well, meaning it only sold a couple of million.
Mm-hmm.
So take that as you will.
but we'll see. Yeah, they can always change things, and I've heard there are 3 storylines that maybe they're trying to say are all in equal length. The one with the treasure hunting, the one with the evil team, and then the one with the gym league. But we'll see. You know.
Yep. And some other announcements. The new um, Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope's coming out, and there's also some other Ubisoft announcements from the recent stream they did. There's 3 Assassin's Creed games in the works. I think there's an Assassin's Creed mobile game too. A new Valiant Hearts, if you played that series, and a new Mighty Quest. I'm actually excited for Mighty Quest because I actually liked it, even though it was a failed Ubisoft venture. But yeah, that's pretty much all our game news going on right now. Any cool anime stuff going on, Justin?
Well, have you guys seen the newest Bleach trailer that came out?
No, I
No.
haven't.
I haven't seen it for myself either. I've only seen like bits and pieces of it, but yeah, Bleach hype is increasing now, and it's been announced that it will be like 4 cores, like like 50 episodes or something with breaks in between. So it's not gonna be like the same how Bleach was back in the old days where they were just making episodes weekly, and and so a bunch of those episodes would just be Ichigo and his opponent talking for 22 minutes.
So this is where the original anime left off, or is it like a?
I guess so, yeah, because I think the
It's the final arc. It's the final arc
Oh,
in the
okay.
manga. So
Yeah.
the big Quincy War.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that doesn't sound very interesting to me.
No, it's actually pretty good.
So isn't that like where? Well, I can't say that. That'll be a spoiler. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm it's like it's and the animation looks dope, and it's that, and I've talked to quite a few Bleach fans who are just so excited that this is coming back. Obviously,
Who's doing it?
Chainsaw Man's going to be like the big hype thing that's going to swallow it all up. Well, Bleach is like over there in the corner.
Is that Studio Pierrot doing the animation?
Yeah, I
or-
think so. I think it's still them,
Okay.
but
I don't know. I think Bleach, the remake of Bleach, it will hold its kind of head against Chainsaw Man because there is a lot of hype on it.
It's a classic.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
But it's also got to compete with Spy Family returning, Mob Psycho returning, and yeah.
I don't think it's gonna have any trouble against.
No, it used to be considered one of the Shonen's big 3.
Yeah, I know.
Heck,
yeah.
it still
It's
holds
just-
clout.
It's just,
It's a
I just can remember back on Spring. Remember when Spy Family came out, and even freaking Kaguya-sama got freaking swallowed up? Like no one was really talking about it. And I mean, Kaguya-sama did eventually like get some of its hype back as it concluded, but it's like yeah, Spy Family just took over that season.
So if you're like an anime investor, right? What are you putting your stocks on? What are you putting on? money
Chainsaw
on
Man,
this
obviously,
semester,
because
this
Chainsaw
season?
Man, everyone
say-
is so excited for Chainsaw Man. Like,
Yeah, I would say Chainsaw Man. Even up
Okay,
until
okay.
now, it's been a lot of Chainsaw Man cosplay, and it's not even out. It hasn't been out for like.
Chainsaw Man cosplay, Chainsaw Man merch. I keep like now because of all it, I know who Power is without even reading the
Chainsaw
manga.
sales have gone through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the problem is you guys are putting all your money into Chainsaw Man. We know it's going to be good. That's why it's so high. You gotta put your money on the slight underdog of Bleach.
Yeah,
because
we know it's gonna be bad, but what if it's good?
Wait, like physical chainsaws, like for cutting trees? Sorry.
yeah, the
Yeah.
sales are through the roof right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
People trying to like implant them on their arms.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
buy chainsaw, get a chainsaw NFT.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy one get one.
Yeah, well, hopefully those productions go on without too much trouble because if any of you are watching that Uncle from Another World isekai show that's airs on Netflix, but and also on if you don't want to wait for the Netflix release on like other sources, that got delayed till Thanksgiving because the production team just like flat out say we don't have the staff to finish these episodes because we make the anime as it's coming out and don't finish it before airing time like a responsible production company would do because we have terrible investors and terrible committee members who make terrible decisions for us.
And that's interesting because Netflix has been pushing that. It's like, at least on mine, always at the top to check it
Yeah.
out. Maybe I should have, but I've heard good things about it. But yeah, that's really a shame that they can't, that they're putting them under time crunch as well, even in the year of our Lord 2022. Yes.
Anime always gets time crunch. Like there are very few anime that aren't made through time crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, November's not that bad of a time frame. It's not like waiting another year for the end of Attack on Titan season 2 part 1.
Both Attack on Titan and JoJo, man, they really suffer from the production companies going, okay, we're just gonna finish these 13 episodes first, then we're just gonna release these 13 episodes later, and it's like, oh my god, why?
I don't know, JoJo's coming out a lot faster than Attack on Titan,
Well,
and it's just about done.
Didn't it took like 9 months though? That's not much quicker than Attack on Titan's yearly thing. Unless we're talking about like the Attack on Titan seasons in general, with like when it started and then it took years for Attack on Titan season 2 to come out. And all
Oh,
that.
I was just talking about the final season.
I see. All right, but yeah, here's the thing about Uncle from Another World that I kind of doubt. Its survivability once it comes back. I don't know if people are going to care about Uncle from Another World by the time it comes back. Because unlike 86, it was never really a super hyped show. It was just one of those shows that was like, oh, this is a fun watch while we watch no shonen this season. Because like the big new hype show this season is Licorice Recoil, and that's about it. I mean, there are other hype shows, but Licorice Recoil is like the big one, and the others are just a little lesser. But it's like, but even then, Licorice Recoil doesn't really have the huge. I don't think it's as popular as Dress Up Darling, unless you go to Japan, because apparently it's huge there. But yeah, by the time Uncle from Another World gets back, I'm like, who's actually going to be waiting for Uncle from Another World? Like, it's like, who's actually excited to come back to it? That's
I don't know.
that's like one of the things that makes you go, oh well, this delay kind of killed the hype.
Like I said, 2 months is not as bad as 9 or 12 or almost 10 years before the next season to come out.
Yes,
So-
the Devil's a part-timer hype is all dead now because the new season. Yeah, people don't like the new season.
Speaking of streaming services,
Oh God, yeah. Did you guys see what HBO Max? I think Discovery bought them now or something. So
I think it's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers got brought by Discovery,
yeah.
and in order to save money, they basically King Crimson all of their stuff and movies.
Well, actually,
Which
it's
cost
a
them
select
billions.
few. Like the ones that are like people aren't going to miss Sesame Street. Sesame Street will be on YouTube. It's like okay, fair, I guess. But then there is, the big one, the king, close enough. The show about the 30-something-year-olds by the regular show guy. It's gone now. We'll never see. Oh, of course, I'm talking about Infinity Train. Everyone knows about that. Infinity Train got scrubbed off the net. Nowadays, you try to search out Infinity Train on YouTube, you're mostly getting videos talking about where is Infinity Train.
Well, it's so dumb because it's like it's not even their licenses are expiring for these shows because it's their own shows. It's like a lot of Western animation as well that's just going completely gone. I mean, there are still places to find it, if you want to sail the high seas, but
Yeah.
occasionally they get rid of those licenses. That's a tax write-off.
that's the other thing as
That's
well.
happened with
Yeah.
It happened with some shows I liked, like Symbionic Titan, Megas XLR.
All the good shows.
Um,
I think
yeah,
Mother's Basement had a good video about it as well. If you can stand watching 20 minutes of Jeff, he's not that bad, but he goes into a lot more in depth about the reasons and the new CEO of HBO.
Yeah,
If
I
I
did.
recall.
I did know about that video. I think I watched like half of it.
Yeah, but also you gotta remember movies as well. Like movies that haven't been released, they got scrapped. Like master copies been deleted, and people that worked on it for years, like, oh, is it gonna be released? Nope, had to get rid of. So it affect a lot
it's
of
a
media.
mess.
Yeah, but hey,
Yeah.
they saved a couple of $1 million.
You know, it
Yeah,
gets
some accountant somewhere is like getting another yacht. You know, like
But
I
I
don't
think it
know.
cost them almost like close to $1 billion to save a few $1 million. It's like something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I think the point was all to that was to say like if you disapprove of them getting rid of all these shows for tax reasons, like you should if you were even subscribed to HBO Max, but like
hmm
you should cancel your HBO Max to just to show them for this quarter because they're only like focused on the very next quarter, business sales and things. They don't care about what happens
I
next
just
year.
flat
But
out
then
to get
House of
HBO
Dragons.
Max free.
That's how it feels like at least. But yeah.
Yeah, having HBO Max free is great because if I ever subscribed, then yeah, it wouldn't have kept me after this.
Yeah. But then House of Dragons came, and everyone was like, "Yay!" And then
Yeah,
everyone's
they do
completely
this right
ignored
at House of Dragons release,
Very
so they still keep the
sneaky.
people.
Yeah, what
it.
the heck?
But for how
Um,
long?
Till House of
yeah,
Dragons final first season concludes, probably.
Fair enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the damn stuff that's been going on, y'all.
Ooh, Corey, can I
What's up?
just touch on one quick thing? I'll make it super fast. So,
Absolutely.
50% of the podcast drive Teslas right now. And I think
That's
25%
true.
of us have FSD, the full self-driving.
That's
Tesla
also true.
just recently increased the price to 15,000, so $3,000 increase. And I think it's been like $6,000 increase since the beginning of this year. And what do you feel about paying for beta software? Because usually betas are usually free, you just sign some NDAs, but how do you feel about people actually paying money to possibly try the software? Because you don't actually get to go into the beta unless you go through a couple of stringent requirements and then you put it on the wait list.
Right. Yeah, I don't. So like, I don't feel. I've never felt that the full self-driving has been priced right, but there's also no like regulations in place to keep them from selling beta software. It's like when you pay for an early access game and you're promised better content and stuff, but the development team, may just back out. But I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird like market we're in for cars right now because since Tesla is the only one really pushing hard in full self-driving, there's other EV innovators, but not they're not exactly on the same level as Tesla with their every not everybody dubs full self-driving. Everybody has their own
Yeah.
proprietary
I think
names they give
GM
their
is
software.
I think GM's pretty close with I think it's Super
Yeah,
Cruise.
the what do they have it in like the Cadillac or
Yeah,
something or one of the EVs?
it's in the Cadillac cars, like the Escalade, and I
Yeah.
think the EV.
Yeah, they get pretty close. Like they got the lane controls, they got the
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 maps
automatic
down, yeah.
braking with the cruise control. It's pretty much the same. The big difference with the Tesla I would say is that it notifies you to make your turn. It'll do I think even GM has like the if
They
you put
had
the
to
turn
turn it.
signal on, it'll turn on its own too.
Yes, but I
So
guess
yeah,
just
Tesla's just persistent in annoying you. That's the notifications.
yeah,
That's the difference.
but
That's the
just
$12,000.
yeah, well, 15 now,
Yeah.
but just stepping outside of like cars. But how do you feel about like what if EA started to go, hey, you want to play the next Call of Duty? Give us $60 and we'll give you this one map that you could possibly play with maybe a gun.
Like just be a beta tester, more or less.
Yeah. Be more a paid beta tester.
I mean, I'm unfortunately in the bottom 50%, I believe, in the cars, but I don't know that I would really want like test beta software on my vehicle that could potentially murder me.
What do you mean vehicles are dangerous?
It's only like 1.5 tons.
Maybe.
But no, I think it's complete BS that Tesla's allowed to charge that much for software that, as we've said, that pretty much every vehicle's carrying like a majority of these functions in their own cruise control. So yeah, I don't. It is ridiculous. And if I had thought it through a little more, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. And I just would have like considered some of the open source options, because there are open source options for something similar to autopilot, at least close enough to where it's not very noticeable, for like 2K at most. So yeah, I mean, once people finally see that other manufacturers are up to par, once their EVs actually get some more once they can actually get more mileage on them and people get to see and they showcase their self-driving, Tesla's gonna get checked really quick. But at the moment, nobody's considering other competitors.
Fair enough.
That's why they can get away with it. But yeah. All right, let's talk about some of the damn events we've all been to. For starters, I want to hit like the round one event. I don't know. I think pretty much everybody was at the round one event. Jamar, you weren't there. Nick, did you go to the round one event? I don't remember.
Yeah, I was there
you
with
were
them.
there, right?
I was
Okay.
there with them.
Yeah. Okay.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was nice coming back to round one. I don't know if y'all got to play any of the new rhythm games. They had a lot of new rhythm games that were fun.
I actually went to round one yesterday and got to play some of them.
Yeah, they were a blast. But yeah, it was great seeing everybody. If you ever get the chance to go to a round one event, and Grapevine, they're a lot of fun. It's like we usually just kind of meet up, have some icebreakers, and then we just break out into playing some of the games in the arcade. And they've got like a really good rhythm game selection there. They've got like a ton of grab machines, and fighting game rigs are set up, but it's a blast.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know gamers who chill. The gamers who chill meetup kind of want to like see if they want to meet up
honestly,
at round one.
If they start doing that more, then I might go to one. I wanted to actually go to the one. It was this week, right?
Yeah, it was yesterday. That was the one I actually went to.
I had the Kaiju Core Rave was the same time, and I just didn't feel like juggling that much.
Oh yeah,
the
juggling did hurt me then. But Tom,
that's too far.
Yeah, but the organizer Tom, he has expressed interest about collabing with us on something, maybe round one or something. Brooke actually talked with him about like some of the things yesterday.
If y'all are interested, gamers who chill, I know they have their Minecraft Mondays, which are pretty fun if you like Minecraft, and that seems like consistently every Monday. And then it sounds like they're gonna get some one-off round one events here and there, so that should be fun.
Yeah.
And then there was the karaoke that Alexis hosted, and I didn't get to go to that one, but Nick and Justin, you went, right?
No, I didn't go, but I did talk with Lex about it like afterwards, and she said it went off pretty well.
Yeah. It was a lot of new people.
I heard everybody had a lot of fun.
It was not a lot of like cosplay ratio. Maria and I were like in our full like Albedo and Sucrose costumes. It was still fun, but like everyone else was kind of like wearing an anime t-shirt or something. I mean, to be fair, it's a lot to ask like new people new to the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Yeah, if you're new,
that
especially
haven't
if I
been
was
to conventions.
New, I feel like I wouldn't. If I was new, I feel like I wouldn't be comfortable doing cosplay.
It's a lot.
First event I go to.
Yeah.
But it was still
totally
a lot of
fine.
fun. Yeah, and a lot of people got really into a lot of the songs, and I'm still gonna criticize, a little bit the selection there at KTV is still a little not as many new songs and just a lot of them in Korean, which is awesome. But I don't speak Korean, of course. But it's a really good venue though. Otherwise, there's a pool table and a lot of good drinks and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's tricky finding a karaoke place that has like everything that you want at it. But that's a pretty good one. And yeah, hopefully we get to do it again soon.
Yeah. Some cool upcoming events. We have the September discussion for Great Pretender. And I'm actually excited that one got voted on because
That's a good
I
show.
didn't really want to rewatch Odd Taxi so soon.
Mm.
I love Odd Taxi. If you haven't watched Odd Taxi, the one that didn't win, I 100% recommend it. I had a lot of fun watching that one. Great Pretender though, I been meaning to watch for a while, so I've been enjoying watching it. It's got such a unique art style to it, and characters are fun and quirky, and the bad English, I love it.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's gonna be September 17th, that Saturday. The damn competition is on September 18th. So if you're an artist or you just want to submit some art, go ahead and do that on the Discord and on the event page. Um, there's September 8th dodgeball game tournament. I'm not gonna be at that one because I'm really bad at dodgeball, but I hope you all have fun at that one.
I mean, I could help you practice with dodgeball.
I
I have a couple of wrenches and
I've been
spanners.
through a lot of gym classes, man. I don't think I'm gonna get it at this point.
You got the dip.
If I'm not
duck,
good at dodgeball by this
dive,
point,
dodge.
26, I don't think I'm gonna get it.
I don't know. You've been doing
There's
all this
something,
training and stuff in the background, so you should have the moves.
but this isn't a dodge. That's not a dodgeball training montage. Mine is just like a.
I mean,
I don't
maybe
know.
like if you're bad at volleyball, does that mean you're good at dodgeball?
You should always be the human
Bad as in,
shield.
like,
Like you can't run
yeah,
to like get the ball. It
that's
actually means you're
true.
good at dodging.
That's true.
I'm bad at volleyball, so.
Just never got that that like that lightning speed throw that some people get. The baseball players that you play dodgeball with and who like just peg people.
Oh my gosh.
I hate playing those, dude.
Was
I
there a
hate playing with
dodgeball
those.
anime? I can't recall.
I'm pretty sure there is.
No, but there is
I'm sure we
dodgeball
could
in
find
anime.
a manga at least.
Yeah. Like Spy
Um,
Family has dodgeball in it.
Oh, true.
Yeah. On September 24th, there's the Weed Walk at Cedar Ridge. I think all the camping space has been reserved, but you might want to check. You might be able to find a spot next to everybody. Or there might be an opening in somebody's tent if you want to like spend the night in the same tent with somebody. On October 22nd, there's Painting with a Twist. And yeah, that's pretty much. Oh yeah, there is also the our new event series, which me, Amber, and Tyler are heading. The reading discussions. So if you like to read manga and light novels, on September 30th we are discussing Solanin, which is by Inio Asano, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Was that Inio Asano who?
Yeah,
wrote
the
that?
guy who did Pun Pun.
Yeah, the Pun Pun guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
I think this was before. I think this predates Pun Pun
Mm.
in his authoring. But yeah, if you don't know him, he makes some really interesting stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to that with everybody and having our first reading discussion. And yeah, if you have any reading suggestions to give us, just let me know on the Discord.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, that's all we had for this podcast. Anybody have any closing thoughts?
I have one. There is a dodgeball anime from 1991 called Dodge Denpai.
Oh, sweet.
So I don't know how good it is, but it lasted 47 episodes.
Yeah,
And
but
if
that
you
was in the
have-
'90s when that was a little more common.
True. If you have a favorite dodgeball anime, or if you have a favorite game or something that you're looking forward to that's coming out this season, let us know in the comments. Or if you have any
Yeah.
other questions for us or anything, we want to get more feedback, engagement, and apparently we have to say like, comment, and subscribe to these to get that. So
Gotta play that in rhythm.
You guys want to give your social links? Anything? Yeah. YouTube channels,
No,
Twitch.
no, thank you. I think I'm good.
All right, y'all. See you next time.
Take
Thanks,
care, everybody.
everyone.
Bye.